Today I'm going to make some carnivore chicken patties for breakfast. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Anita and this is where I show you what I eat and cook that has helped me to lose 145 pounds following an animal-based ketogenic way of eating. Good morning. I am going to make some carnivore chicken sausage patties. I love these, and whenever ground chicken is on sale, I grab lots so that I can make these. They remind me of sausage. I just like chicken sausage. I like it better than pork sausage or sausage made with beef, that sort of thing. So, and turkey too. Of all the ground meats, I think chicken is my favorite for sausage. So I'm going to show you how I make them. And I'm going to be using some fresh herbs from my garden, and I'll give you lots of variations. So, because obviously what I can tolerate and what I can have might be different from what you can have. You can just use salt if you like. And I'll give you different cooking methods too. This should be a super fast video. There's nothing else going on here other than these. So first of all, I'm just going to dump, this is a pound. These packages were on sale. They're a pound each. This total is 2 pounds here. Some of it is sticking. Ground chicken is definitely the stickiest of all the ground meats. So I usually, I was looking everywhere for my little restaurant gloves, to mix this in. Couldn't find them. So remove any jewelry, rings, Oura ring, whatever you have, before you put your fingers in there, because this stuff sticks. Oh, I'm going to set the oven to 350. I don't even use eggs in here. I'm just using chicken and fresh herbs. Because my garden is full of fresh herbs, I'm opting to use them when I can. In the wintertime, if I don't have this, I just use dried herbs. So I have some thyme. These are fresh thyme. I have fresh parsley. I have fresh sage. If you have fennel, that's a nice addition. I also normally use white pepper, but I seem to have run out. I don't have any, so I'm omitting the pepper altogether. And I have nutmeg. I'll put a pinch of nutmeg in there. And I will be using Redmonds fine sea salt, not the kosher. I just want to top up my little jar here. First, I want to just mix this up a little bit, make a little well in the middle. With the fresh herbs, I don't really have any amounts, so I will cut this up and try to guesstimate how much it is, and then I'll let you know that. And if you're using dried, you obviously want to use less because the dried herbs are way more concentrated. So if you were going to use, say, a tablespoon of fresh sage, I would use a teaspoon of dried sage. So that would be approximately the equivalent. I'm going to take the stems off of those. The other thing with fresh herbs is I just find it easier to use my scissors instead of chopping with a knife, because then I can, make really small little cuts. Just turns out, in my opinion, it just turns out nicer and easier.
Just don't cut your fingertips off.
I'm going to say that's about a tablespoon altogether in there. It's going to be about the same for the parsley. You can certainly add more, add less. Now with these, all I do is I just take them off the stem like that. And obviously you want to wash them first, which I've already done. So I'm going to estimate about a tablespoon fresh herbs for each of these 3. And like I said, if you have other herbs that you like in your garden, just go for it. This is a great way to use them up. And I'm going to use a teaspoon of the fine salt from Redmonds. Do have a discount link if you're interested in trying this out. It is down below. And a pinch of nutmeg. Like a 1/4 teaspoon, I think. No, that's more like 1/8. Let's see, a little bit more. you know, or not at all, or, you know, just to your taste if you like. Herbs and spices, totally optional. Not everybody can tolerate them. I have learned which ones my body rejects and keeps me up all night with heartburn or whatever, and which ones I'm okay with, and I'm okay with these. I kind of wish I had some white pepper to put in here, but I don't. It'll be fine without. Actually, the fork is doing a pretty good job. I don't even think I need to put my hands in there. Now, the other thing I should mention is I do tend to go lighter on the seasoning than other people do. So take my measurements with a grain of salt. You can probably go more if you're used to having things, you know, very well seasoned. I try to do minimal. I think that's ready to scoop out. So I'm going to put them on this platter. I use the parchment paper is not required. I just like it because it's easier to clean the pan afterwards. Get the last few little bits of thyme in there. And I like to use a cookie scoop to make nice, even, full-size patties. The oven's ready. So what I will do is just show you that while I put them on in balls, then I kind of flatten them out a bit. They're not like cookies where they'll spread. You got to do your own flattening. Or you can just leave them as balls if you want. Up to you. You'll have to cook it longer though. So we have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
15 and a half. This one's a little bitty one here. I am going to put these in the oven, and I am going to go and calculate the macros for you. These are going to be obviously very low in fat because it's ground chicken, and it's ground chicken breast as well. I think you can get ground chicken thighs, but usually the store I go to sells just the white meat. So I'm going to estimate this should take 15 or 20 minutes, but when we come back in the next segment, I'll tell you exactly how long it took and give you the macros. So see you in the next segment. Okay, so they baked for 25 minutes in the oven at 350. I decided they could use a little browning, and so I turned my broiler on for 5 minutes, and I'm gonna take them out now. Let's see what we have. Oh, that's a little bit. So here we have it. I do have the macros for you. So while these are cooling, I wanted to point out that I did try a little piece. That's why this one looks mangled. Oops. Oh, the joys.
The broiler gets me every time.
Let's do the macros while they're cooling down, and then we'll give it a taste test. So this made 15 and a half. I just went with 15, and you know, this is pretty close enough anyways. So 80, so each patty, and keep in mind that I tried to make them all even just so that we could do the macros. Each patty is 80 calories, 11.6 grams of protein, 3.6 grams of fat, and 0.3 carbs. It is 58% of calories from protein, 41% of calories from fat. Now, normally on keto and carnivore, you want that turned around. These are very low fat. So if you're going to have them, then I would suggest having eggs cooked in butter, like whole eggs cooked in butter, or some other fatty meat beside it. However, if you're doing something like I know many of you do protein sparing modified fast days, these are actually perfect for those PSMF days. So depending on how you're going to use them, these can be used to tweak your macros, I suppose. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure you knew that they were quite low fat for keto. So I think that's it. The only other thing I want to tell you is that they freeze extremely well. I make them sometimes double this recipe, throw it in the freezer in a Ziploc, and they come back very nicely. Instead of the oven, for these hot summer days, you could also cook them in the air fryer. I would suggest, say 400, about 15 to 20 minutes. They should look like this. And you could also fry them in a frying pan. And, that time will depend on how long. Just fry them until they look cooked and crispy around the edges. And you should be good to go. All right, let's see how these taste. Yummy. To me, they taste like breakfast sausage. And so that's why I like making them, and that's why I specifically like the ground chicken. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.
Are you expecting an Academy performance? Hi, I'm Anita. No. How do I usually start this? Yeah. I'm Anita.